What's up guys, Ashton here again and welcome back to MuseThemes.com. Let's take a look at our new Pinterest Pro pack of widgets from Muse. This is actually a 6-pack of widgets built to offer loads of options for serious Pinterest users as well as those looking to up their marketing game on their websites. Now, Pinterest allows for certain ways for outside sites and users to interact with their platform, and our widget suite gives you all the ways. These include allowing site visitors to save your site's content to their boards and profiles, providing the opportunity for users to follow your own Pinterest profile, display pins, boards, profiles, and much more. And using our widget on your page can be great for marketing a business, a product, a service, whatever you can think of. If you're not already marketing on Pinterest, it's definitely something to consider. Pinterest has more than 250 million users, and pins can even prove to be more effective than tweets and Facebook posts. And they can certainly take on a life of their own as users share them. So let's do this. I'm going to switch over to Muse. And what I have here is the project file for the live demo that we just saw. This way I can more efficiently walk through each of the widgets and discuss their placement and settings. So let's start here with our board widget. So jumping back to the live demo really quick. We can see our board widget allows you to incorporate an entire board to your page. It's capable of displaying up to 50 pins and gives visitors a quick sample of what your entire Pinterest profile looks like. So back to Muse. Let's open the settings panel for the board widget. Pretty simple here. We have a Pinterest board URL and a height parameter. Now the placement of this particular widget is reflective of where it will rest on the page, as you can see that it's placed here right beneath our text. But as for height, you don't need to worry about expanding the height of the widget container. Simply specify it here and the widget will do the rest of the work. Any additional content on the board that stretches beyond your height setting will simply be accessible by an inner scroll bar. So just for fun, let's jump over to Pinterest. And I have a totally different profile here that we can incorporate. This is Marianne Rizzo. So let's scroll down to her latest boards. And let's say we wanted to incorporate her everything board. So we'll click into it. And that's it. We can simply grab the URL, copy it, head back to the widget, and we will paste it there. Perfect. And we'll go ahead and give everything a preview at the end here before we close out. But for right now, let's scroll down a bit more to our Save and Follow button widgets. Starting with Save, let's open the settings panel. Now this is a functional widget allowing the user to click on the Pinterest logo to save any content on your site to Pinterest. Just 2 toggle options here, round icon and large icon. And if you leave just the large icon checked, it'll populate this language option here for the verbiage of the button as well. Let's switch over to the Follow button. This, of course, allows the users to follow your page, and in our settings panel here, we've got a user URL and a button text. So let's jump back to our friend Marianne. We're still on her everything board, but if I click back, I'm now back to her main profile. So I've just got to grab this URL, copy it, head back to our widget, and paste. And we could customize the button text as well. Let's change it to something like, follow me. Let's scroll down here to hover buttons, and I'll actually click back to our live demo again really quick. If we hover over these images here, we get a little Pinterest icon appearing on the top left of the image, allowing users to share them on Pinterest right from your webpage. Pretty awesome. Back to Muse. What we have here are just 2 images. Our widget is actually sitting off canvas. So let me scroll up to the very top of the page and to the left. And we can see our image hover buttons widget placed right here. Now this is the only widget of the 6 that does not have to be placed on the page where it's intended to be visible. As long as it's placed somewhere on the page, it will function for all images. If we open the settings panel for it, we can see we have the exact same options as our Save button. But different from the Save button, this widget applies the effect to individual images on the page with a mouse hover instead of one free-floating button for all content at once. It's also important to note that this hover widget, along with the Save widget, require actual placed images here in Muse, as opposed to using image fills. When using these widgets, Pinterest basically scans the page for actual images. So if you're using like a full browser width image, which in Muse is created by using a rectangle with an image fill, Pinterest won't see that as an image on the page, so just keep that in mind. Couple more to check out. Let's scroll down to our pin widget. And I'll jump back to the demo really quick. We can see that this widget allows you to show a specific pin on your site, just like we have here. And of course, the user can save that as well if they wish. So back to Muse, into the panel. We've got a pin URL first and foremost. So let's jump back to Marianne's page. We'll click back into her everything board. And let's click into this necklace lengths pin. Now up in your URL bar, we can see now that it's a pin URL labeled with a long string of numbers. This is the URL that you want, but just keep an eye out for pins that take you straight to an offsite page link. Those obviously won't work here, so make sure it's a link to a particular pin like this one. And we can copy this URL, jump back to Muse, and we'll paste it in the settings panel. Furthermore, we've got 3 sizes to pick from, small, medium, and large, and you can choose to hide the description as well if you want. And then finally, we have profile. So let's look at the demo again one more time. And as you can see, this allows you to display an entire profile on your site. So let's do the same for Marianne. This will be the same link that you used for the follow widget. So back on Marianne's page, I'll click back out of this pin, and then we'll back out of this board. And now we're back on her main profile page. So we'll copy that link here once again, head back to Muse, and paste it in this widget here. And same parameter here with the height. So let's say we wanted this taller. We can do so by entering it here. Let's make it 800. Awesome. All right, let's give all of this a final browser preview. Okay, starting with our board, we've got Marianne's everything board showing here nicely. Scrolling down, our save and follow buttons displaying nicely as well, with our new follow me text on the follow button. Our hover widget is working as normal. And down to our pins, we changed out the first one with that necklace lengths pin, which is showing here as expected. And finally, our profile showing beautifully with our extra height taking effect as well. So that's our Pinterest Pro widget pack. Have fun with these, and as always, if any issues arise, don't hesitate to drop us a note in support. Take care.